Welcome back to Impact Math with Miss Taylor. Alrighty, it says, what is the area of this figure? So what we're going to do is we're going to break this down into two rectangles. And so our two rectangles is going to be, we're going to cut it down this way. So we're going to have this long rectangle here. Okay. And then we'll have this shorter rectangle here. Okay. So to find the area of a rectangle, you first need to know the area formula for a rectangle, which is area equals length times width. So our length for this orange rectangle is going to be 7 and our width is going to be 4. So we're going to do area equals 7 times 4. And so we're going to get an area of 28. Okay. So now the area for our green rectangle is going to be, now most people want to use this 7, but remember we can't use this 7 because this 7 includes the orange and the green. So we're going to say our width is 3 here, and the length, because this is the length, is going to be 4. And so we're going to do area equals 3 times 4, and that's going to give us 12. Now, if we want to find both the total area for both shapes, we have to add. So we're going to do 28 plus 12, and that will be 8 plus 2 is 10, carry the 1, and then 2 plus 1 is 3, plus 1 is 4. So we get 40 millimeters or meters squared. That would be our area. Alrighty. Hope that helps. Let's go on. Okay. Number 2, what is the area of this figure? Alrighty, so we're going to break this down into two rectangles. And I'm going to break it down into this first long rectangle here, like this. I'm going to cut it right here. And then we're going to go down here for this rectangle, right here. And we'll have this. So remember, area for a rectangle is length times width. And so 16 is our length. And then the 2 right here is going to be our width. So we'll do area equals 16 times 2. And 16 doubled is 32. Okay, so that's the area for our green. Now we need to find the area of our orange. You have to be careful here. We cannot use this 9 because some of this 9 includes some of the green that we took from the 2 meters. So what we would have to use is this 7 width here. And then this would be our length of 7. Because we can't use this 16 no more because remember we use the 16 for our green rectangle. So we're going to use 7 because this is the actual length for our orange. So then we would do area equals 7 times 7. And 7 times 7 is 49. And if we want to find the total area for our whole figure, we're going to have to do 49 plus 32. Okay. So 9 plus 2 is 11, carry the 1. And then 4 plus 3 is 7, plus 1 is 8. So we have 81 millimeters squared, because whenever you do area, you have to have those millimeters squared. And that's how we would figure out the area for this shape. All right, let's go to the next. So number 3 is, what is the area of this figure? All right, so what I want to do is I want to cut it up into two rectangles, okay? And I'm going to cut this up right here as this little rectangle here. And then I'm going to do my big rectangle right here, okay? My green rectangle. So to find the area of my green rectangle, remember area formula is length times width. So my length for this green is going to be 13. And my width here is going to be 3. See, I can't use the 5 up here as my width because the 5 includes some of this orange here as well. So we can only use the width for the green. So then we would do area equals length times width, which is 13 times 3. And that's going to give us 39. Okay. Now, let's go to our orange, right? So the width here is going to be 2. And the length, how tall this part is going to be 5. Okay. So we're going to do area equals 5 times 2 for our orange. And so the area for this piece will be 10. And if we want to find our total area for this whole shape, we have to add 39 plus 10. And that's going to give us 949 centimeters squared. That is our area. Now, another way we could have I want you to think about another way we could have done that, right? We could have cut it this way. And if you actually try that, right? If you cut it this way, this whole piece will be orange. And then you'll be focused on this. But if you cut it this way, you still should end up with 49 centimeters squared. But your areas are going to be a little bit different. But when you add them, they're going to add up to 49. Put it in the comments what you get if you cut, what the areas you get that you added together when you cut it this way. All right, let's continue on. Okay, so what is the area of this figure? So we can cut this to 3 rectangles, okay? So we have our first rectangle here. And then we have our second rectangle, which is going to be here. Okay. And then we have our last rectangle up top, which is going to be here. Okay. So let's focus on the bottom and the top. Okay. So the bottom, we have a length of 8 and a width of 3. Okay, remember whenever you find the area of a rectangle, it's length times width. So we're going to do area equals 8 times 3. So that's going to give us 24 here. Up here, we can do this as a length of 7 and a width of 3. So our area equals length times width. So it's going to be 7 times 3. And that's going to give us 21. Now this one is probably the hardest to find. So we see our length here is 8, okay? But we need to find out how much of this width exists here. Remember, this total width down here is 8. Now you see this 2 centimeters? In order for us to find how much is left here, we need to actually do 8 minus 2. And that's going to give us 6 kilometers. So our area, which is going to be our width. So our area is going to be 8 times 6. And that should give us 48. Now, if we want to find out the total area for this whole picture, we have to add 21 plus 48 plus 24. Okay, we have to add that all up. So 8 plus 2 is 10, plus 3 is 13. Okay, so 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. And then we're going to do 4 plus 4 is 8, plus 1 is 9. And we get 93 kilometers squared. Alrighty, if you stuck with me this long, thank you so much for your support. I appreciate you. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and that like. And pause the video here. Won't you try number 5 and see if you get it right? Alrighty, let's continue on. Okay, number 5. What is the area of this figure? Alrighty, so I'm going to cut this horizontally like this. So I'm going to cut my shapes into 2 like that. And so I'm going to focus on this bottom rectangle. And then I'm going to focus on this green. We're going to color it green rectangle up here, okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to do our area for this rectangle. This is going to be our length and this is going to be our width. So we're going to do 9 times 4 and we're going to get area equals 36. Okay. Now this is our width. Okay. And you want to use this 13, but remember I cut it like this, so I can't use this 13 because this 13 represents my green and part of my orange. So what I have to use is the 9. That's only the length of this green rectangle, which would be right here. So we would do area equals 9 times 5, which is 45. And if I want to get the total length, what I have to do is I have to do 45 plus 36. And 6 plus 5 is 11, carry the 1. And then 4 plus 4 is going to give us 81 meters squared. So hopefully you got that. No matter which way you cut it, hopefully both of your areas added up to 81. Thank you so much for your support, and I most definitely will catch you on the next one. Have a blessed day. Bye.